prominent options in your passing game with lots of your game. What does it take to kind of gain trust as such a young player, like from you, right? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, like those guys are, really, really, really good players. They're going to be, real dudes here in the next couple of years. But it's really just about like doing your job and being trustworthy, right? Like, those guys are never late. They're never, in any type of trouble whatsoever. They come out and they come to work every day, as freshmen, right? Like, being a freshman, having a veteran's mindset, like it's very important. So they earned my trust for just showing up and working. You know what I mean? But if anything, I earned their trust because of how I go about things. I feel like so. Those guys, anything that they need on my end, like they have it. They know that I love them, and they're a really important part of this offensive team.
Ty, the offense, that 4-game stretch against the ranked opponents was so sharp, so crisp. How do you guys recapture what kind of happened over that span?
Yeah, just doing our job, right? Like, everybody likes to say, what happened to the old Ty? Like, what happened to him? Just gotta go one for one. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's wondering what's going on. Like, nothing's going on. We're just going to go play our ball.
Yep.
With that in mind, do you kind of feel like you have something to prove with a little bit of doubt creeping in from others, or does that seep into you a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I always got something to prove. I don't. Everybody's asking me, what's up? So it's in the back of my mind. But I'm just gonna go do my job. What a great week to do it. You know what I mean? It's a really great team, a really great defense.
Yeah. How do you respond when people are asking you those questions? Like does that motivate you, or what does that do for you?
Yeah, I mean, it just it takes me back to the first game of the year. You know what I mean? And on the doubt that everybody had. It just takes me back to doing the little things and what got me there. You know what I mean? Just trusting God, trusting on my process, and understanding that I've done this before. Like there was there's games that I've done it and nothing's wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be out here and got better today.
How drastic is the contrast of when things are going well and then when things aren't going well? How big of a difference is that for you, and what has it been like to kind of be on both sides of that?
I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I wouldn't even say things are going bad. You know what I mean? Like there's just one play here or there that if we clean up, then we're not even talking about this right now. You know what I mean? So I think people are blowing it out of proportion, and we're just gonna go play our ball. Like that, we're not listening to what anybody has to say. Like we're focused on ourselves and just focused on doing our job, and that's what we've been doing since the start of the season. So that's our mindset, and that's what we're going to do.
So in that way, does it feel similar to what you guys learned coming out of the Florida State game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the doubt and just everything. Our backs against the wall right now. Like we know the hostile environment in Jordan-Hare. We know what's at stake for both teams, right? Like, or who wouldn't want to be a part of that? So it's just a great test for our team. A great testament to the guys in general. Just super excited. And what a great game. You know what I mean? Like what would y'all rather be doing on Thanksgiving weekend? I know what I'd be doing.
Talk about backs being up against the wall, but the SEC released the scenarios this week, and for Alabama, it's win and you're in the SEC title game. Is that kind of comforting, knowing that it's not up to anyone else? Like y'all are kind of in control of your own destiny at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we've said that all along, right? Like it's all on us, right? It's all about us. So guess what? Like we go do our job, and everything else will take care of itself. But guess what? The biggest thing is we gotta go do our job.
Yeah, especially with a chance to secure a spot when you're playing a rival. How do you view that opportunity?
I mean, just super blessed. Like I said, like growing up, who wouldn't want to play in the best rivalry in college football? The Iron Bowl, Alabama against Auburn, all the memories that teams have had against each other, right? Like the bad blood. It's just great. Like growing up in the South, growing up watching SEC football, like this is what you dream of, and just what a great opportunity that I have to be starting quarterback on one of the teams.
Ty, UT Martin has very similar colors to Auburn. Is it weird? Just all the time you spend around the orange and navy kind of thing?
So full disclosure, back in the day when when I was a little kid, I used to, my mom used to buy me Auburn stuff because it was the same colors as UT Martin. So, but we would take out the Auburn and we would put UT Martin on it, but it would be Auburn colors. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a UT Martin Scott Hawkish in the back of my head going against my dad's thing. So maybe it gave me some motivation.
You know what's at stake for this game. You know what you can prove. Talk about all that. How do you sort of compartmentalize the stakes of this game versus just going out and playing football?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we look back and we've been here before, you know, hostile environment, like, you know, Georgia, you know, you think about South Carolina, like we've been through, you know, a tough time in our season, right? Just, you know, different challenges, you know, but it goes back to, you know, how our team is, how resilient we are, and, you know, how we all play for one another. That's what it's going to be this weekend, right? Like, it's for all the marbles. Like, you know, let's go get it.
Last two.
Coach Shabor said yesterday his favorite Thanksgiving dish is just the Thanksgiving stuff. But do you have a favorite Thanksgiving dish you're looking forward to eating this week?
Yeah, I like sweet potato casserole. Like my grandmother, my mom, they make the best sweet potato casserole. So hopefully I'll get some of that this weekend.